They are believed to be one of the lost tribes of Israel, but now Ethiopian Jews are facing major difficulties in returning to their biblical homeland. Thousands of families have been left stranded between the countries by tough Israeli laws aimed at preventing non-Jews from immigrating. Paula Sleer met some of them.
When they were in Ethiopia, their neighbors called them falasha, or strangers. But here in Israel, many of these black Jews still feel they're the stranger. It's not that the Jewish state didn't do its share to integrate them. It's just that some argue it's not done enough. Desasha's mother gave her name because in Amharic it means to look after. But ironically, Desash can't take care of her mother because the authorities refuse to let her come to Israel.
Every week I'd go to the Ministry of Interior and fill in all the forms. And each time they told me to come back in 1 month, 2 months. It's taken ages. Finally, they told me that there was a new law that anyone who had on the mother's side a great-great-grandmother who was not a Jew doesn't have the right to Israeli citizenship. So this means my mother has no right to come here.
Desasha's story is one of thousands. About 120,000 Ethiopian Jews live today in Israel. Many came in 2 dramatic airlifts. In 1984, thousands were secretly flown from refugee camps on the Sudanese border. Later, in 1991, amid threats of Ethiopia descending into civil war, the seats were removed from 34 commercial planes, and the world record set for the most passengers on a single plane. The Israeli government says it flew out every Ethiopian Jew, but thousands were left behind. Right now, 8,700 Ethiopians are waiting in the northern Ethiopian city of Gondar to emigrate to Israel. They gave up everything they owned to move to the transit camp. But many Israeli officials believe that most of them are Christians claiming Jewish links as a way to escape poverty for the relative comfort of the Jewish state. Because despite the hardships Ethiopians face in Israel, there are plenty of success stories. Like Esther Almo, who came here when she was 4 years old. She's a well-known photographer, but still feels caught between her present and past.
I feel like in the middle. When I'm going to wedding parties, I feel that I'm different. I feel that I'm not connected anymore to the tradition, things that they are doing, dancing and stuff like this.
Adno Gethahun's story has a happy ending. When he arrived in Israel 12 years ago, he left behind 5 children and his first wife. Every few years, one of them was given permission to join him.
It was very difficult for me to leave my children behind. I was always worrying about them, but I never gave up hope I'd see them again. When my youngest daughter finally came here 4 months ago, I couldn't believe it until I spoke with her on the telephone. Finally, all my family is together.
Ethiopian Jews are believed to be one of the lost tribes of Israel. But now that they've been found, it's unclear how many more are still missing. Paula Sleer, RT, Israel.